Hello, my name is Mitch Sturgeon, and I'm one of the administrators at the iBOT Experience Facebook group. So I've been an iBOT user since 2008. I'm currently on my second iBOT, and it's one of the new versions, and I love it. So today I'm speaking with Lucas Merrow. He's the CEO of Mobius Mobility. They're the iBOT folks. Lucas has some important news and is giving it to us at the iBOT Experience early on. So a quick note before we start is at the iBOT Experience Facebook page, you're going to be able to ask Lucas questions in the comments section just below this post, and he'll reply to them as soon as he can. So without further ado, I'll turn things over to Lucas.
Hi, everybody, and thanks, Mitch, for inviting me to talk to the Facebook group. I really appreciate it. And we have some pretty exciting news. I know that most, or at least many of the folks in the Facebook group own and operate iBOTs from the J&J era. I think probably most of those folks are aware, and probably painfully aware, that when J&J stopped producing their version of the iBOT, I think it was back in 2009, the reason they did it was that they were unable to get any insurance reimbursement for the product. And the news I called Mitch up about, and he's been so kind enough to invite me on to have this interview about, is Mobius Mobility recently got the approvals and accreditations required so that we can start submitting insurance claims to private insurance. This was a project at the current time. We're focusing on just private insurance. I'm guessing a number of folks in the Facebook group are Medicare beneficiaries as well. We will be pursuing Medicare coverage as well. Two of the codes that were approved are the codes that Medicare typically uses for power wheelchairs, but there's a separate application process for that. And so we can't really give a time frame on the Medicare piece because Medicare kind of operates to its own schedule, but we are working on that diligently. And in terms of the Medicare part, what I would advise folks is if they are looking for a new power device and they need it sometime in the near future, to contact us anyway, because we have a lot of resources we put in place to help people afford iBOTs.
Questions. So I guess just how good is this news? What are the chances that my insurance company will honor one of those codes and help me buy an iBOT?
Yep. That's a really good question, and now that we have the approvals, really the relevant question. And I guess to that I would say is the iBOT is on very equal footing with any other mobility product on the market, and so it will vary. That's the good news. I wouldn't say it's bad news, but the undefined news is that's going to depend on each person's insurance plan and what they and their clinician decide they need and is medically necessary. But we can file claims, for the power base, for all the different seating components, and for the accessories. And we did an analysis on a pretty large group of private insurance plans, and it's a pretty broad range. And again, depending on each person's particular needs and what they can justify medically with their therapist and doctor, I'd say on the low side, probably 30% of the iBOT's cost, and on the high side, 70 or 80% of the iBOT's cost should be covered.
But you've got some experience with this now, so you're going to guide us through this process.
Absolutely, yeah. So we actually have a team as in preparation for getting all of this set up. We had to go out and hire folks with expertise in the insurance end of things, and specifically in insurance for mobility products and wheelchairs. So we have a team on staff that handles this and that will walk people through, what they need from their clinician to support the reimbursement, and then we can actually file the claims. So we're pretty unique in that sense. I think we're one of the very few companies now that does everything from building the product to configuring the product, training folks, servicing the product, and now we're actually doing the actual insurance claims.
I know one of the things my insurance company is always looking at is costs. So how does the iBOT stand up against the other wheelchairs? Is it much more expensive, or is it less expensive? Or?
Yeah, that's another really good question. I think to some extent, I've heard, a little bit of kind of misinformation out in the market about the cost of an iBOT, and it really is competitive with a high quality power wheelchair. So a typical iBOT starts out, in the low 30s, and then to a Permobil or Quantum, or again, a good quality product. I can't say it's, it's the same price as some lower quality stuff we see out in the market, but it's also, much more functional in terms of what it does and a whole lot more reliable than other wheelchairs. So.
Okay. So when are you going to be ready for us to start inundating you with these requests?
Well, number one, I hope within reason we do get inundated, because like I said, even without insurance, we've been growing the business nicely. We're in a good place, but we definitely need to grow our user base and grow our volume. So it's very exciting. And folks can reach us at our website, so mobiusmobility.com. If they want to do a demo or see the new product, there's a page on the website that says where to find us, and that's where we're doing the Abilities Expos. We're going to a lot of those, a lot of conferences besides Abilities Expos, and we're also doing traveling to do demonstrations and trainings. That's a big difference we put in place about a year ago, is not only do we do training here at our offices in Manchester, we also have clinics in the Midwest and on the West Coast that have been certified to do trainings. And we're also training people in their homes and communities. We'll send a team out, basically get 3 or 4 folks together that are doing trainings or want to see a demo, and visit them on a trip, which makes it much more convenient. But you can find us on our website. The email address for inquiries is info@mobiusmobility.com. And our phone number, which I can never remember, I got in my notes, is 833-346-4268 if folks want to call us. So that would be the first step, is to contact us and sort of say, yes, I'm interested, and walk through some of the more of the clinical eligibility kind of thing. So, is the iBOT, does it look like it's the right product for you? And if it does look like it's the right product, then some basic questions on your insurance plan, so we can get you at least an estimate. And if it looks like it's something that the particular user wants to proceed with, it's very similar to how you acquire another mobility device. You'll need a prescription from your doctor. That's basically to get a referral to your therapist to do a seating evaluation. And then the seating evaluation is what we need. We'll usually video conference in, just answer any questions and provide input to that. And the result of that is an order form, and then we can order the parts and pieces for the iBOT and have it ready for you.
And then your insurance team is ready to go, right?
Yep. Yeah, we're ready to file claims. And like I said, one of the things I'm proud of here at Mobius, and it's very much part of our culture, is we always try to under promise and over deliver. So we definitely have these codes in place. We're definitely processing insurance claims, but it is insurance. It's not entirely up to us, at all, really, what gets reimbursed. So that's really going to be up to the user and their clinical team to come up with the configuration that they need, and then help us justify that to the insurance companies for the claim submission process. But we're doing it right now.
Good. All right, we've got just a couple minutes left. While I've got you, is there anything else you want to update us on that's going on at Mobius?
Yeah, so there's always a lot going on here. I guess one thing I'd probably cover is just to give folks a quick update on the product and what's been redesigned on it, and then encourage them just to give it a try, because it's pretty dramatically different. All the electronics have been updated. It's got lithium-ion batteries, which are higher capacity for lighter weight. Due to that and some mechanical redesign, is probably lost. I mean, the power base only weighs 168 pounds. So depending on the seat you get, the iBOT comes in at just over 200 to maybe 250 pounds. So it's 50 to 100 pounds lighter probably than the original iBOT is. The software's been improved, and the controls in particular have been improved. So the transitions between modes, they're much smoother, and the user controller is quite a bit more intuitive. And there's a series of kind of really cool shortcut keystrokes to transition between modes. We're kind of upping our game on the accessories. So we recently launched wide wheels, so we call them extreme wheels, for sort of terrain handling. There's a different lighting packages. We got a lot of things coming down in the pipeline. You know, we're actively, our roadmap's really full. And so we spend a lot of time listening to our users, what they want, what the next feature should be. And so the engineering team is super busy pursuing this.
So you'll come back and give us more updates as things
Absolutely.
start
Yeah.
coming out. Great.
Yeah. So if you guys invite us, you know, this is a user community, and so we're super respectful of that. But when you invite us, we'll be there, you know, with bells on to update you on how things are going. And in the meantime, I just encourage folks to contact us and walk through this reimbursement process with us, because it's very exciting. We think it's going to make a meaningful difference in terms of, you know, making the iBOT more accessible. It's kind of amazing. The iBOT is all about making things more accessible for folks, and financially, you know, it hasn't been so accessible in the past. That's been a big focus, and we've just made a big step forward. So we're really, really excited about that.
All right. Thanks for your time today, Luke. And thanks to all of you who are watching this video. As I like to say, keep enjoying the ride.
Thanks, everyone.